Can you guys believe that's been 4 years since I started the channel and we're still only at like 1,500 subs? Hey, I'm not mad. I'm just saying, like, 4 years, you should have a little more. Anyways, you guys already know the drill. Every year we gotta post an anniversary video, but I've been way behind on uploads for like a couple months, and instead of doing something like the first 2 years where I like played some random game or did a tier list or something, I think I'm gonna go down the same route as last year and just talk about the channel and like my plans for the future, all the random stuff that happened throughout my last school year, like all that stuff, you know? Because even though I talked a lot in my community posts about like all my issues with uploading and stuff, I need a whole video to explain like everything. I mean, in that last talking video where I talked about my plans for 2024, I don't think I explained enough like everything, because there was a lot to bring up that I just didn't bring up. Anyways, I want to split this video up into 3 different parts. First part, I want to talk about like my whole freshman year of college in reflection and like why I wasn't able to post it all, because if y'all were in my boots, you would perfectly understand why I wasn't able to upload like at all. Then the second part is like stuff going on during the summer for me right now and my issues with posting right now during the summer probably. And then the third part is plans for the future and what I think is going to happen with the channel going down the line, like what's on my blueprint, like that type of stuff. So anyways, let's get right into the first part, which is about my freshman year of college and why it was such a pain in the ass to post on YouTube. Now let me start simple by saying throughout my years of high school, the amount of homework I got at the end of the day was so minimal, and I definitely downplayed it and thought that it would not get that bad when it came to college. But when people say that in college you get a crap ton of homework, they are on the dot. Like you get so much work, it's actually insane. For starters, any college major, any of them are pretty hard. Like you could literally choose any major, like a business major, you'll still get like a pretty good amount of homework. It's whatever. But the major I chose for college is electrical engineering, and when people say that engineering is by far the hardest major in college, they are not lying at all. Especially electrical engineering, like you gotta work your ass off to get a good grade, and it definitely shows through my upload schedule. As I mentioned before, in high school I barely got like any homework at all, so life was pretty good. Like when it came to doing uploads, I would just do all my homework during my classes. I'd get home and then I just immediately like work on videos because I didn't have anything better to do. So I was just kind of like, all right, let me let me focus on my side hobby. I don't got to worry about homework like at all. But when it comes to college, I don't think they're expecting you to have a social life at all with that major. You're probably not supposed to, but I somehow got away with it with a couple of uploads. But to break it down for you guys, for a majority of my classes, we get some like big homework assignment that's due by the end of next week or something. It would be like a week-long homework assignment for each class, which I didn't think that was a big deal until you actually get to doing it, and then you realize that all these homework assignments are so time-consuming. Let me tell you that for my freshman year of college, I spent a majority of my time in the library. I think I was in the library like 24/7 trying to get through all my homework. Like I was locked in trying to like do everything on time. Like I would still hand in everything just on time, even though I was in the library 24/7 trying to get that stuff done. Like college work, it's actually no joke. And not to mention the midterms and the finals, the amount of studying that comes out of those tests is actually insane. Like I think I forgot to mention this, but most of my classes too, they were all like weed out classes, which means the professors expect you to work your ass off to get a good grade. And when you got multiple classes that are weed out classes, and like you got these really tough midterms, finals, homework assignments and all that, you got to put in like the full effort to get a good grade. And a lot of people failed their classes freshman year, like at least one class. Like I think that was like an experience for like most freshman engineers in my grade. They would fail at least one class, like everyone did, because the workload was actually that crazy and you just couldn't have like any free time to do anything else. So when I did get back to my dorm after like a long day doing homework and going to classes and all that stuff, I would only have like 1 to 2 hours of free time, and then I would go to bed and then wake up the next day for like more of that stuff. And like I said before, when it came to high school, I would just get back home at the end of the day and just bank out YouTube videos because I did all my homework during classes because it was that easy. So when I got back home, it was like, all right, it's a free day. Like let me just do whatever I want. I mean, well, now you guys know that I'm pretty fucking smart. So if you want to know about Gauss's law or something, like you know how to ask. It's me. You're gonna ask a professor? No, ask RyanRhino. Like, what are you doing? Okay, moving on to the next problem when it came to posting during my freshman year of college. You remember in the last two talking, it may have been like, what was it, the I'm officially back video or something. It was after that 3rd anniversary video. I made some like coming back video. You probably know what I'm talking about. Anyways, in that video, I mentioned something about like being nervous about my rooming situation, like who's gonna be my roommate, how's that gonna go with uploads. Let me just say, the rooming situation was not good at all. Now, I already told my roommate at the start of the year about my YouTube channel, so he knows about it. I'm praying he's not subbed or watching this video right now. I mean, like, actually, I don't even care if he is. Dude, you gotta take some advice for being a better roommate, because like, holy shit, I'm pretty worried about who your next roommate is. They're gonna have like a terrible time. There are so many bad things I could say about my freshman year roommate, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna keep it pretty short and just talk about why his existence is important towards me not uploading. So let me start by saying that when I tell you that he sits in the room 24/7, like he fucking dwells in there. He just marinates in the room all day. So my reasons to why him constantly being in the room was an issue when it came to uploads is going back to high school. When I got back from a school day and I went back home, the majority of the time, most of my family wasn't even in the house. Like I just had the whole house to myself, and it was like perfectly quiet. No one heard me recording or like doing anything. When I got back home from a day of school, I was like, you know, it's pretty silent in here. It feels like a nice time to record a Splatoon Tenterbrella video, you know? Like, it's a good time to record. But when I got back from the library or my college classes, and I went back to my dorm every day, guess who was sitting there? My roommate. And it just completely killed the vibe for me every time I saw him in the room. Because like, first of all, when it came to videos, like I couldn't just walk into the room and start recording, because now I had to plan accordingly and make sure he wasn't in the room when I was. And it was such a pain in the ass because, like I said, he was always in there. I'm not even joking. Like I was really curious at one point how long he spends in the room every day, because I constantly walk in and out of the room throughout the day to like grab stuff and like go back out and do whatever throughout the day. So like I want to keep a tally of how often I saw him in the room whenever I walked in for like 1 week. And when I did the math for like how often I see him in the room, he spent, let me find the math, hold on. Okay, this kid in total in like a single week spent like 73% of the day in the room. In a single week, he would be in there for like 73 to 80. I don't even think the math was that accurate. It was close to that though. Like 73 to like 80% of the time he spent during the week, it was in the room. And oh, did I forget to say, this kid did not put on deodorant or showered that frequently. So like when he was sitting in the room 24/7, that room would get pretty fucking stinky. And when I got back to the dorm after a long day of doing whatever, and I had to walk back to seeing him in the room, stinking up the room, like that just killed my vibe. Going off all this, like I previously said, I would have to plan accordingly when it came to making videos. And now instead of just going back home after a day of school and just like being like, oh, I think I'm gonna record, I would have to like tell him like 2 or 3 days in advance, like, yo, at this specific time, I think I'm gonna record. Can you like not be in the room at that time? And he would say, sure. But then every single time it would come to that time where I had to record a video, I would like set up everything. He's obviously sitting in the room doing whatever. I would be like setting up my stuff, and I'm like ready to record. Like I'm in a party with friends, like getting ready to do, I don't know, like a Splatoon video or something, and he's still sitting there like playing games in the room like he's been all day doing. And then I'm like looking over at him because I'm looking at the clock, and it struck that exact time that I told him to get out of the room so I could record. And then he looks over at me for a second. He's like, oh, you want to record right now? And I was like thinking, dude, oh my fucking God. Like, I told you, bro, 2 to 3 days in advance. Like, what are you doing? And for like half of the videos that I recorded there, like he would just do that. Like I couldn't even get my piece. Like he would take his sweet ass time to leave the room. Like he would wait till the last second to leave the room. Like when I told him to leave, like he would wait until the last second. It was so annoying. And bringing up all the college work and like my timing and everything with like my entire schedule, having a time slot to record these videos was already tedious enough. But the fact that my roommate would just sit in there till the last second and it's like the room smelled like fucking shit and all that, it's like, do I even want to record? Like I'm not in the mood anymore. Not only was my roommate bad though, my neighbors, I don't think they were as bad as my roommate, but like, man, they were like something else. So my neighbors like next door on both sides, they were like those crazy frat freshmen that would like party every single night. Like they would blast music in their dorms and stuff. It was pretty funny how much the walls were vibrating from their music. But when I had to find a time to record a video and they're blasting like Pitbull and it was going through the walls and shit, like it made it even harder to figure out when I should record a video, because I don't want to get a copyright strike because they're blasting music. I'm not gonna tell them to turn it down, like that's lame. So I had to plan more accordingly when it came to videos, which just made things like way worse. So all that being said, I'm sure you guys could completely understand why I like held back on making videos so much during my freshman year, because like I had no time at all. Everything was in the way for me, like my classes, my roommate, my neighbors, sort of. But in a way, not making YouTube videos kind of felt peaceful to me. Like I've always said in all these reflection videos, like one day I'm gonna stop focusing so much on YouTube and I'm actually gonna, like, I don't know, focus more on whatever else is happening. Like I said that in my plans for 2024 video, and it's like every time I say that, I don't actually follow along with it. I always end up like doing some really silly thing where like YouTube just gets in the way of all my other plans. But now that I'm in college, like my college is really well known for having a lot of activities and random things going on there. So like I don't want to just spend all my time inside the room, because what's the fun in that? Like when I could like do all this other stuff too. Like why am I like putting so much focus on these videos? And the majority of the time they only get like 100 views anyways, so like most of the time I'm just doing it for my own satisfaction. Which, I mean, that's fine. Like I also grow my like graphic design skills, my video editing skills, like a bunch of other random stuff. But like I kind of want to live my life a little more. And looking at how often my roommate would sit in the room, it kind of gave me a reflection of like how long I would spend in my own room in high school, and like how much I want to improve off that and actually like go out and do more stuff. And I feel like during my freshman year of college, I definitely did like a lot more stuff that was out of my comfort zone. But like it was all nice. Like it felt good actually doing new things again that didn't just revolve around my YouTube videos and being like, oh, I gotta upload at this like specific time on this specific day, like all that stuff. Even though I'm not done with this video yet, I just want to quickly say to all you watching, like it's really good to have a hobby. Like you could build a lot of skills off of having a hobby, but just make sure that hobby isn't just completely overhauling your entire schedule and like taking over everything that you plan to do. Because at that point, it's not even a hobby anymore, it's a job. And you're not getting paid for a hobby. Like for me on YouTube, like I'm not getting paid for something that I'm basically considering a job. I mean, during high school, I was like working for it as if it was a job. I wasn't getting paid. I was just getting paid through satisfaction, I guess. Which once again, it's not bad to like have fun with a hobby and stuff. It's just don't get too wrapped up into it, you know? Like live life, do other things. If you feel that your hobby's getting a little too crazy and like you're putting way too much effort into it, just take a break. Like it's not bad to take breaks. Like I could definitely hop back up and make another video after like 2 months of not doing anything. I mean, I've been doing that with the Indigo Disc videos. Like I just hop back in, make a random video. People love it because, I mean, my Pokemon Violet videos are the best on the channel. Like, have you guys caught up to that? Yeah, but take that advice though. Okay, now moving on to the summer. I do have plans to do YouTube during the summer, but I also have plans to like do other stuff during the summer that kind of gets in the way of my schedule. And like I said before, I don't want to let YouTube completely overhaul my schedule. I'm taking summer classes right now. Like I've been putting a lot of focus on that, so that's why I haven't completely just gotten into doing videos like right off the bat, because I'm doing summer classes right now. So like I'm trying to take YouTube with a chill pace, so I'm not like draining myself out from doing it. And I'm also probably gonna have a summer job this summer, so that's another thing. Like I'm not gonna put all my focus on YouTube just because I'm on summer break. I want to actually do other stuff. Like I said before, I'm not trying to like sit inside all day doing YouTube videos. It's kind of boring. Like I'm trying to go out and do stuff. I mean, I was actually in Italy on vacation like 2 weeks ago. I don't want to say that in my community post because like super random, but yeah, pizza's really good. I'll say that. But I'm not trying to record and edit videos in Italy, so I hope you guys understand my struggles. Okay, but when it does come to summer postings, first of all, we gotta finish the Indigo Disc series. Like I don't know what's happening with that anymore. I'm just trying to put it to some end. I still have like 2 pre-recorded videos that I need to edit and like upload, and I've had like the first 4 parts recorded since late December, and I never got to uploading them yet. So I mean, I got to uploading like 3 of them, but the other 2 I still got to do them. And I don't know about the ending of the game, like if I'm gonna upload that or not. It's really up to what I'm feeling, because I want to do other things in the summer when it comes to posting. Like I don't want to just focus on Pokemon. Speaking of which, with different videos, we gotta talk about the video essays again, because in that 2024 video, like I brought that up saying like, oh, I want to do like video essays. Like I think that's gonna be really fun. I still want to do them, but I'm not sure how time consuming it's gonna be to make those videos. I already made the script, like part of the script for like one of the videos. It really just comes down to the editing and like how long all that's gonna take, because I know video essays take longer than normal videos. So with the 2 months of summer I have, I'm not really sure how that's gonna work with like making those videos. But ever since the start of this year, I've had so many ideas for video essays that I can make. Like I feel like the video essays I want to make are gonna be really fun to do. And even though I had so many ideas, I know I can't make them all. So like I narrowed it down to 3 specific video essay ideas that I want to like work off of and make videos of, and I'll let you guys know which ones they are. I mean, they're really like fucking random, but just hear me out. All right, so the 3 video essay ideas I have for this summer are a Foam Stars retrospective, why shiny hunting in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is fundamentally worser than the other games, and the last one, I want you guys to guess what the last one is, because I guarantee you no one's gonna get this one right. All right, you got it in your head? You locked in what your answer is? All right, the 3rd idea I have for a video essay is the weird history of Super Monkey Ball remakes and demakes. Someone let me know in the comments if you actually got that one right. If you did, you're fucking lying, but like those are my ideas. And I know like I already have a good vision for like how I'm gonna work with those videos, so all I'm gonna say is let me cook. Let me work on those videos and like do them right, because I feel like those videos are gonna be really good. With the normal videos though, aside from that, I'm not really sure how those are gonna play out, if I'm even gonna do many normal videos. Like I'd want to return back to like Splatoon stuff or whatever, but my schedule's pretty tight right now, and if the normal videos don't work out, then it is what it is. So that's that. With all that aside though, one last note I want to talk about is what's going to happen next year, like next school year with my channel, because considering how bad it was this year with my channel, like with the upload schedule and all that, I really got to talk about next year and like what my thoughts are. I've been thinking about it for quite a bit, and if I'm being real with you guys, I'm probably just going to take a year break from YouTube when it comes to next year. I have no idea how I'm gonna record videos next year. I've heard a lot of things about sophomore year of my college being an engineer major, like how hard it is. And also I'm gonna be living in a dorm with another roommate, and I'm pretty sure in this next dorm room, like you could literally hear through the walls even more than my last one. So that's great. Yeah, and like I said, considering my upload schedule with freshman year going into sophomore year, if it's even harder than last year, I may just have to take a break and reflect more. I mean, I've reflected a lot already during freshman year. I feel like I've grown a lot as a person, like breaking away from YouTube a bit. So if you guys are chill with it, I would want to spend more time focusing on the college life, like not sucking my life into YouTube. I don't know why I'm saying that as if I hate doing YouTube. I swear I like doing YouTube. It's just like when I'm weighing the pros and cons of like everything happening in my life, I'd rather take a step back from YouTube after the 3 years of fuckery I was going on. Actually, speaking of all that, I've been hearing a lot of stuff recently about people saying how YouTubers are super lazy when it comes to making uploads. But as a YouTuber myself, that shit is super hard, especially as a smaller YouTuber that has to do everything myself, like video editing, thumbnail making, like recording, like literally everything. It is so time consuming and we don't get enough credit for it. I'm talking about the smaller creators, by the way, fuck the big creators. When I'm editing, like, the whole process of making a video for me, it definitely takes 10 or more hours to do like all one video. And despite me spending like 10 hours on a single video when it comes to like the recording, the editing, the thumbnail making, like all that stuff, at the end of the day, I only get like hundreds of views from it. And I'll see bigger creators saying like, oh yo, I'm gonna quit, or like I'm taking a big break, like I can't do this anymore, and they got like a whole editor and like people doing shit for them. And like, I mean, it's still very time consuming, like doing YouTube and having to like focus on this for multiple years. I could totally see why people are mad at that though, like when you have editors and stuff that are doing everything for you and you're saying like, oh, I want to drop it though, like I want to like stop doing it. It's getting in the way of like my mental health or something. I mean, but YouTube is truly like a hard thing to keep your focus on and like continue improving on. I mean, obviously compared to an actual job, doing an actual job is definitely harder, but at the end of the day, like you get paid. So for someone like me, like a small creator, spending 10 hours of video, getting like 100 views, no money, like not a lot of support, it's understandable being like a smaller creator and just wanting to give up. For me though, I don't think I ever want to give up on doing YouTube. It's really just I want to focus on more important things. So why would I want to spend that time sitting inside like recording a video that's going to get like 100 views and I'm not going to really get much out of it, when I could just do other important things that like actually satisfy my life more, kind of. All right, I feel like at this point I'm kind of just yapping about random stuff. So anyways, I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about, because I'm getting tired of bringing up why like my upload schedule's been terrible. I'm hoping you guys understand like my whole situation and like why I couldn't post it all and what my plans are for the future. Maybe if it works out during the school year, I could like probably post, but I'm just saying right now, take it with a grain of salt. I'm probably not gonna post because college life, I want to blah blah blah, you know what I'm gonna say. But yeah, I don't think I'm done. This is really just the beginning. Like I've improved so much on YouTube. It's crazy to look back at the start of my channel and see where I started and like where I am right now. It's been 4 years, 4 crazy years, a lot of memories, a lot of videos, a lot of people asking about secret neighbors. It's like a lot of stuff happened. And yeah, I want to end this video by saying thank you all so much. Thank you to the herd. Like and subscribe to join the herd and spread the word, and I'll see y'all in the next video.